for the crafting of this crafting stream shit. Mlem. And poll almost done. Why is it so fucking hot in the apartment right now? I hate it. Alright, it's Warhammer time then. Let's see. Let's start working on getting everything in place then, shall we? I don't know. It's getting hot. Maybe jeans instead of sweatpants. Help. Let's see here. Alrighty, guys. Let's go ahead and start moving everything into place. Why is it upside down? Right. Alright, we've got our phone charged up. Use that now. Start booting everything up. Camera doohickey. Alright, here we go. And that's going to want to go to the note 9. And it's upside down as per the usual. Shut off our controller so we don't waste battery life. Here. It works pretty well, as you can see. I often end up having to wear these for help. Even so. And trackball. Alright, so we gotta scoot this out of the way. I keep it on top of a VHX cassette to hold it up. Come on. It allows me to line up with my shoulders a lot better, which is very helpful, believe it or not. And I think we need to go ahead and rotate the camera a bit, because this is a bit awkward. I find it that. Really? Christmas music, Pretzel Rocks? Oh, come on. It's a little bit too mid-year for that shit. What am I looking for? Hey. We got all that in place. So this is where we left off last time. I'm going to turn this around. Ah, there it is. Let's see, transform. Rotate 180 degrees. What's wrong, Darius? So this is what we finished with last time we were here. This is the bottom portion of the Leman Rust tank for the Imperial Guard army in Warhammer 40k. So this is what we're going to be completing. What? Was it because it was upside down? That's kind of interesting. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Looks like we gotta do the sponsons next. Ah, cat hair. What the hell? How'd it get over here? Ah, be right back. Just a moment, guys. Get a quick snack, and then we'll get going with it, okay? All right. There we go. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Sponsons. Here we go. There's my nippers. Da, 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 da. So, I'm pretty sure most of you all have video game hobbies. But what non-video game one will have? I'm curious. Kind of interests me. It's snipped. Other part. Somewhere. Ah, there. It jumped. Now we gotta go ahead and clean up the parts. Go. Burrs. Hey, T-Fox. You there? Hello? Guess not. AFK. Okay. Fine. That piece. Go. Bye-bye, mold line. Done. Go. Boxer. Are you there? Epis. Go. Overall, I don't think you have to worry too much about scratching up the surface with the sandpaper, since it's a rather fine grit we have here. Most of that will simply be covered up when we prime the minion. And a lot of that will be out of the way. Bye-bye, mold line. Okay. Next, we need our turret pieces that will rotate within the sponsons. Nip those out. Them out a bit. Glue them up. Similar to the turret we had on the front, which is often party to a laser cannon, if I recall, and turning to the stories, though it can have other things. You can actually put pretty much any up. Actually. Generally speaking, though, when it comes down to playing them after you finished up the models, you generally want to go with a what you see is what you get approach, as that's generally what is considered the most polite approach when it comes to bringing out your army to play with people at your local game store. Now, of course, whether you have to do that or not really depends on your group. And those who are the more miserly sort, who want to save money on the models they're buying, well, there are options for you as well. Magnets! Meaning you can magnetize the parts. Just go ahead and super glue them into like a little recess. Have them set up so you can pull out one turret and replace it with another. Get you more out of your kit, because there's a lot of unused parts in most of these setups. Now, of course, that means you have to go ahead and prime them individually and things like that, which can add a lot more work to you. But it'll help you save a bit of money in the long run. Build tunes to vibe to while we craft, eh? He should be done. The unfortunate thing is with those who want to play Imperial Guard like myself, though, is they don't have the newest sculpts available. Like a lot of these, especially the guardsmen themselves, are older models. And many of the different ones, aside from, say, Cadians in a Catachan box, in other words, the jungle dudes that kind of look like they came out of a Vietnam War flick, a lot of those are no longer in print. Which honestly kind of sucks, because they have some pretty cool ones out there. Now, that's not to say you have to stick with the default things. But generally speaking, you want to have the models at least 70% original. I forgot what the typical rules are. I don't think most times most people are going to complain if you have a really cool army to field on the table. Especially if you're not playing an army of gray. Hey, at least prime it with a certain with some colors or something. You want it to be attractive when you bring it to the table. You want it to go off. Because, hey, why are you going through the trouble to assemble them all if you're not going to put some love and care into what you're making? Like, T-Fox has a shit camera, but they have amazing minis that they've painted. They're the one I can blame for me picking this up. Alright, so we got all that done. Fight time. Things lying around again. Be right back. Just had to choose something sticky to eat while I'm working on these things, didn't I? Fuck. There's another piece I need to clip out. God damn it. These pieces right here. These are going to be the bottoms. And clip them out. Silly me. Come on. Those nippers in. Mold line between the little bumps. Hate it. Fucking hate it. Oh god. I hate it. So you see about these little, you got a little detail here where you got these nubs, like rivets for the pieces here. However, you see we got a mold line right along it between them, and we got to go ahead and take the back of our knife right here, just gently scrape those away without completely annihilating the rest of it. Sometimes easier said than done, of course. We also have the place where the sprue adhered to it. We also need to clear up as gently as possible so we don't mar it. Then grape gin. Generally, you're not going to do too much damage to it by doing it this way. Sometimes it's a pain. Fox, by the way, if you are speaking, I can't hear you, just so you know. I just don't see you muted in there, so... Eh. Oh. Got that. Okay. Done. Go. Went good so far. Hello, Lasiris. How you doing? We're doing some crafting. Oh, my back. Ah, the Foxer was AFK. That's where they...
Oh, hello.
Your Zoid... Oh, yeah, you were showing that off in the Discord, weren't you? Hello, T. We're doing the sponsons.
Sponsons?
Yeah, I'm having to get those little spots between their rivets, and they're a fucking bastard not to destroy that detail.
I got me some food and had
Neato.
a shout.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Gundam stuff. Gunpla, right? Or is this something different? Zoid versus... Is this some sort of what's the original incarnation of Power Rangers? Sentai?
Sentai.
Is it a Super Sentai model that you're doing? This is Zoid or something? Ah, didn't know they made those.
Super Sentai Jewel Ranger.
That is a long-running and very weird series.
It's kind of sad that we didn't get a lot of the older ones because the first one we got was Jewel Ranger.
And then there were those of us like Dark and Tiger who went and looked for more. And were pleasantly surprised when they found it. The weeds.
What do you get when you mix Jet Jaguar cheesy martial arts movies and Saved by the Bell?
Power Rangers.
Oh, that's so funny to me.
All right. I think we've got all the pieces we need, save for the tops. Which sandwich is a mess. Peanut butter. Gonna give me the heartburn, but I love it. There we go. Let's see. Here are remaining pieces we're going to need to clean up for this. These are going to be the tops of the sponsons. And we can, at our option, add some smoke flare caster thingies. There we go. Excellent. This music sounds interesting. Eons by Finger. Interesting. So, the funny thing, the thing that kept me from doing this for more than a year, it feels like, because I thought the camera wouldn't be able to handle the constant moving and stay focused, but I guess I was fucking wrong! Kinda wish I'd started doing this earlier. Probably be further along in making stuff. Good. It's done. I like this one. It is a good tune. Never really went out of my way to listen to chip tunes, and yet when I do it, find myself doing it now, kind of wish I had before, because it just kind of makes me happy. Probably because the sounds of this that they make chip tunes speak to me of earlier years, but even if they may not be the better than what I've got now, they were still important memories. Those first games we all played were always something that was more important to us, weren't they? Of course, in our wiser years, we might often look back at see what we had played before and, well, go like, well, that was shit, wasn't it? And yet, you were kids, you didn't care. You enjoyed it. You played it. Kept playing it. Kept going it. Even if it sucked. enjoyed the games just because that's what you had. You had the games you played, and you played them into the ground. Like, I remember I used to finish games far more than I do nowadays, at least before I started streaming. And finishing a game was, oh, you don't finish it, you're not getting the most out of the limited library you have as a kid. Is fortunate. These days, when you have a library over 1,000 games strong, plus whatever you got on the shelf in the other room, it kind of doesn't feel quite as special anymore until you just find something that you just grip onto and just play and play and play until... Let's start assembling this, shall we? Did I turn that up? There we go. Let's see. Here we go. We're gonna have to assemble it like that. All right. Know where we got to glue now. Gonna have to have some finger gymnastics, folks. Get our glue out. What am I doing that keeps turning that up? Hey, T-Fox, look! It's a fucktard! BAM! It's like, get fucked, asshole!
Lorgans, why are you taking away my prey? I'm hungry.
You were taking too long!
I was, like, preoccupied with some very delicious Alfredo.
Then you already have food at that point, don't you?
It's a different kind of food. In the wise words of Falco Lombardi, hands off my prey.
Falco sucks.
God, I wish.
You would say that. And then we have that guy who likes to commission Falco having his way with buildings.
God, I wish someone loved me as much as Falco loves buildings.
Okay, you can see this little sponson coming into place here. Yay! Now you can see we have our front part of the sponson coming in here and resting there. We're going to have it set up like this. Lock those pieces together. We'll be good. The bots are fucking stupid. What else is new? The bot's only as smart as the numbnuts who programmed it, and as you can tell by these things, they aren't, because why the fuck would I want to pay them for follows or things like that?
The reason that they make such outrageous claims is to assure that only the dumbest, most gullible people will fall into it, because they're the only people who would actually be worth scamming.
You're not wrong, and I hate it.
It's why they put out those, like, really, like, crazy emails like, "Hi, I am currently living in the New Guinea, and I would like to propose a diamond mining partnership."
And people are that stupid.
The only people who will respond are generally people with disabilities or medical conditions that impair their judgment.
Which makes it all the more heinous that people do that.
It is heinous. It is disgusting. These people are awful. They prey on the disabled and the elderly and the sick. People who don't know. People who just... It's not their fault that they don't have the judgment required to realize that these things are scams.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that people take advantage of them like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, even in countries where these scams are super common, your average person fucking hates these scammers.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No matter where you are in the world, scamming old ladies out of their pension money is considered to be fucking disgusting. It doesn't matter where you're from. It's just, people know that's wrong. Hi-Res just sent me an email like, we noticed that you haven't been playing your game. Do you want to come back? You fixed the meta.
Fixing the meta? What's that?
I'm fucking sick of Assassin meta. I love how Assassin meta became a thing. Like, and stayed a thing. And then they said, "Oh, we want to put more focus in paladins as a game. So they cut competitive support and buffed assassins.
Let's just face it, Hi-Rez isn't exactly the best steward of franchises.
They definitely are.
Hi-Rez is kind of shit, actually.
You know that whole thing where you could buy a pack that would give you every champion, and every time they release a new champion, you get it for free?
Yeah?
Yeah, they don't offer that anymore.
No, of course they don't offer it, because it's not effective. It was basically the thing to get people in to start with.
And now, like, I still get every champion for free, but nobody can buy them.
Yeah. I have it both on Smite and that one.
Well, it was a better value than Overwatch.
Well, yeah, of course it is. Overwatch is not exactly high value, is it?
Overwatch more like overpriced.
Alright, where's our lid? Our little lid. We have our lid that goes here. High-res entertainment.
Hi-Res Entertainment makes Smite and Paladins and a couple other games.
They used to do Tribes Ascend, but they kind of fucked that in the ass.
It sucks that there's no more friction shooters like on the market that I know of.
The ones that were kind of fell by the wayside.
Like Midair was like such a fucking fun game. Like it is the best Tribes game to come out in a very long time, despite not actually being officially a Tribes game. But for some reason, it just didn't. Excuse the pun. It didn't get any traction.
That's because you have all the COD bros already playing COD games. Games that involve more speediness, switching, etc., mobility. They're not as popular as they used to be. And as sad as it is, it's just kind of the fact of life. Building a game like that is basically inherently a gamble these days. Because everyone basic loves Call of Duty. And yes, COD is basic.
I'm filling out the Paladin survey, and they're like, why did you stop playing? I'm like, the game has balance issues, and there's not enough variety.
Alright, we're going to go ahead and gently get the inside corners of these with a little bit more glue. Careful not to get our moving part. And this sponson will go, let's say, right about here or so. As you can see. And it'll have a little turret here. A little gun will just pop right into here, and it'll be able to swivel back and forth and everything else. There we go. Okay, one sponson done. Oop. All right. Huh? Well, that really depends on what material was involved, Osiris. Polystyrene and other things, other plastics that are dissolved by basically acetone and similar are the ones that you're going to be able to use this shit on. Plastic cement. Now, if you've got something like a metal one, like white metal, or say things like the resin, those will not be usable in that phase. It should list the material that it's made out of, I believe. Or you can look it up on Google. But you'll need to know what part number or things like that it was from, or what kit it's from. But I believe the Warhammer minis are made out of polystyrene. Which is fairly easy to use with plastic glue. What, T-Fox?
It's a derivative of polystyrene.
Contains similar polymers that will be able to be dissolved by the plastic glue.
You know what I love, though?
What?
Do you know? Like the Reaper Bones line of minis?
Yeah, what about them?
They're made of PVC.
Well, that's...
It's like basically the cheapest plastic you can cast something out of.
PVC, ugh.
Now, to be fair, Reaper Bones minis are actually very good quality. I do recommend them pretty highly. They have good sculpts. A lot of their sculpts are very similar to copyrighted material with a slightly different name and are passable as that copyrighted material.
And what material is that?
They have like an eye horror that's basically a beholder, stuff like that. You can get exclusive Pathfinder and D&D monsters. They're copyright-free puzzles. The Reaper Bones.
Probably cheaper too.
Now we now have the deep cuts line, and the deep cuts line is about the same price or cheaper. But I have some reservations about them. And let me explain why. They come pre-primed, but the primer... How do I put this? They don't wash them properly before putting on the primer, and the primer is very prone to just flaking off.
So scrub them first.
Well, that will scrub the primer off.
Then pre-prime it. Simple as that.
Well, here's the first step. Okay, so it seems like they don't properly wash off the mold release agent before they put on the primer.
Yeah.
And their packaging process seems to introduce some form of grease or oil to the surface of the primer, thus negating the use of the primer as paint will bead up on the surface, as if it's got wax on it.
Basically, it's pointless.
It's pointless that they're pre-primed, and I also find that they... While the deep cuts line, if you look at the 3D models, they're extremely detailed. When you look at the miniatures themselves, the casting is not very good.
Yeah.
I'd say that Reaper, while their sculpts aren't quite as complex, like they're not as complicated, their sculpts are good. Or sorry, their casting's good. They cast basically perfect minis.
Save for those flaws.
You can get like Reaper Bones honestly has some of the best casting you're gonna get in cheap D&D minis, if not the best. And if you go into their metal miniatures, you are going to get basically perfection.
Yeah, I like their metal ones.
Now, if you get into the Reaper Bones Kickstarters, you can get like hundreds of their minis for like a fraction of the price, like a tiny fraction. It'll be like you back a Kickstarter like with $50, and they send you a box that would have been worth like $400 once they finish their Kickstarter. Now, the minis don't come in packaging, and they don't come pre-assembled. You have to assemble them yourself. But, like, that is savings, especially if you play a lot of Dungeons & Dragons, as a DM especially.
Huh.
If you are...
It goes good, Reaper.
Big fan of playing D&D, I recommend going for the Reaper Bones line and backing their Kickstarters. It is at 100%. I don't DM in person though, so I don't really have much use for minis.
Except for painting and entertainment value.
I want to get the Reaper Bones Mimic, because their Mimic is a fucking amazing sculpt. Reaper the Dragon, come here. Is that dice news?
No, don't drop on the floor. There we go.
I am Floor Devourer of Hearts.
Goofballs.
You're the Goof Bell.
Goof Bell?
Goof Bell.
God, this one's a pain in the ass to make.
I need to crawl into bed in a minute.
Aw.
It's currently 8:20, and I have an appointment at 5 p.m. And it'll take me a little bit to get to sleep.
Fair.
I also kind of want to finish my episode of Cowboy Bebop before I go to bed.
There we go.
Yeah, I should head out. I don't want to stay up so. Okay, I'll be legit. I went to bed, but I was up on my phone for too long, and I ended up only getting 6 hours of sleep for my other appointment. So I don't want to do that.
The foxy is a whoopsie.
It's like that post that just says, "I'm really sorry if I say goodnight to you and you see me online an hour later. It's not that I'm avoiding you. It's not that I dislike you. It's that I failed." Ooh, Reaper's getting a smartphone tomorrow.
Ooh. Cool. Hey Reaper, by the way, I thought of an idea. If a car isn't really in the cards for you early on, you could always try looking into a moped.
Hey Reaper, my biggest piece of advice for you on getting a phone: do not buy anything by Asus. Asus. Do not buy an Asus Zenfone. Do not buy an Asus Zenfone. No matter what the person in the store tells you, they're terrible. I have an Asus Zenfone Laser 3.
Samsung's not a bad brand for cell phones.
Definitely not.
The software is shit, but the hardware is great.
Yeah, I've only ever had one smartphone in my life. And it's an Asus. Because I'm poor. Anywho, I need to finish up this episode of Animu. Reaper, your dad doesn't think anybody needs anything but, unsalted rye bread and prayer, so I don't really think he's the person to be taking advice for what technology you should own.
Yeah, he's definitely not the person to ask.
You guys seems the kind of bitch ass who feeds kids cornflakes to stop them from touching themselves. He's a Quaker. I'm kidding. I joke. I'm gonna go to bed.
Night night, you dork.
Okay, love you.
Beppis!
I love it.
Love you.
You Reaper. Have a wonderful day. I boop with your snoot. Nice smushing your face.
I don't see why people try to get high on glue because I hate this shit.
I think maybe you just need to learn how to appreciate. It's fun to get guy on things.
What I really need to do is just get in my, bring in my little vent thing, but my soldering vent filter, but I don't have a power outlet to plug it in.
Hey, so just before I go to Wendy's, I wanted to give you a hug for one,
Beppis.
and two, what would be some real good, like, practical situations in real life to have fun? Where would be really nice to have it?
Well, number one means you have a calculator everywhere. You can look up answers to questions you have, like information on the area you're in, navigation with maps. It also allows you to do other things like, say, call when you're needed to, when you need to, use your text messaging programs, SMS, email. It's basically just a good all-around tool. It's a fucking computer in your pocket, damn it.
Yeah, basically.
And why do you need to make excuses to your old man anyway?
If my stepmother also thinks I don't need one, but if I could convince her with all that,
If you're paying for it, it shouldn't matter.
yeah, I know. Anyway,
Here's the thing, if you're paying the money towards it, you don't have to give a shit what they think about it. So go get that phone.
I think you're gonna get it tomorrow, so.
Yep.
Also, the reason this kind of forced my hand was because my internet was down 2 hours at midnight. I had stuff planned at around midnight to hang out with friends, right? Thankfully, it didn't actually last the full maintenance, but apparently Spectrum was going to be down.
Make sure you double check your actual needs for data before you get a big plan.
But anyway, the maintenance was originally supposed to happen from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I was never told that because my dad was off. So I was basically in the dark.
Well, of course, it's never gonna be on his mind when it's down.
Honestly, it's not. He didn't do that intentionally. I know that for a fact because he forgets a lot. He has.
Yeah, but it's never gonna be on his mind.
Yeah, because he usually at night he wants Rango to help him sleep. But so I was thinking to myself, wow, that would be really nice. I could go on Discord on my mobile phone, and I could have told people, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a little bit because the internet's down.
Yeah.
Wait, I could have, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't use my internet.
It doesn't use your internet, but that's dependent on your data plan.
Okay.
So you gotta decide what data plan you're getting, dude.
I already know which one I'm getting. I'm getting my phone at Walmart, so I get a discount there too.
And so we're gonna be having the sponsons added on like this.
Oh.
Yep. Alright.
Honestly, that reminds me of this because of Tank. The other day when I was in VR chat with Rob Husky, he actually had a Warhammer tank on there.
Yeah.
And you could like say certain Warhammer quotes and stuff. Oh, it's funny as hell. I'll be back probably later. So you take
All right.
and good luck on the Warhammer.
Oh, my back. This is when a clamp would be handy. This part's always the bastard. See the glue there, just seeping into the cracks, filling things in and adhering it all. This is one of the pain in the butt parts right here, where it just has that little air gap right there. Alright. Let's give that a minute or two to rest. Go ahead and attach the one to the other side. I don't think I've got any super glue immediately. Need it though. This is going to be the hard part. Knight Commander Pask. White metal. You didn't miss much. We went ahead and attached the first sponson, and we're letting it firm up before we attach the other. So, I have this ancient thing that was sent to me by my friend Grintz, along with the other stuff. And as you can see here, it's got quite a little bit of metal that I'm going to have to get out of the way. We're gonna have to cut away this shit with flush cutters. Because Games Workshop didn't do any cleanup. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out my safety glasses. Since this is metal. I've gotten them in. Otherwise, I'll have to rely on my normal glasses. Yeah, there's that. Minis have never been that cheap, truthfully. Cutting things away is never a simple process with this shit. Ow. There's the face. Okay, I need to clean this up. Just about back, guys. Okay. That should be good. But yeah, I just wanted to clean up my surface after having gone after this guy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder him to his base later. Because fuck glue. Super glue just won't do it. Yeah, I know. Watch the metal. And hey, how you doing, Grince? Welcome on in. Part of me kind of wishes the commander was actually made of plastic as well. As cool as the idea of a metal one is, it's just a mess. Okay. Here comes the other sponson. So how is your day, Grint, so far? Hello, Alex. Beppis. Sell the date. Drop again till Friday. Oh, okay. Basically, went ahead and finished work. Then we started a, I wanted to start streaming early, so I started up Commander Keen Marooned on Mars, the first game I ever streamed. And beat it in about 2 hours before starting this up. Ah, fair enough, Alex. That's good to hear, huh? You know, if I could just make some slurry out of some acetone and some of the plastic, would probably work perfectly for filling in these gaps. Problem is, getting it in just the right spot, though. Alright. Sponsons are attached. Let's see. If I want to do the soldering of him, I'm going to have to put off the tank top. Unless I want to warm up my iron right now. Do I want to do it? Station's kind of bound over there. I guess I could... Question is, would solder hold it well together? Do you happen to know, Dante? I haven't really dealt with much of the metal. Just go on top or through. This is definitely not the best fit in the world. So it'd basically be coming up through this. Kind of like that. Or... trying to think if this is meant to go in identically to the other one. I imagine it is, because that just doesn't look right. Well, I guess I better scrub this off and fire up the iron then. I even have my supplies. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to wash this shit first. Just in case there's any mold release on it. Okay. Oh, where? Ah, here we are. So, what I'm not certain of here is the melting point of this shit. Okay. Okay. So this is probably either going to be a very good idea or a bad idea. Making me nauseous. Don't fall over, don't fall over. Shit, shit, shit. Cut off. Fuck. Okay. Alright. This is going to be an adventure, guys. Where the heck is my flux? Guess I don't have my separate flux right now. Alright then, here we go. this. I'm gonna get pliers. Not handling this bare-handed. Or tweezers. Tweezers work. Butter. Ooh, fumes. Not perfect per se, but that is still hot. That is very hot. Hot. Oh god. So here's how it turned out, guys. That's going to need to cool off before I get it anywhere near plastic, though. Glad to see my soldering iron still works, though. Yeah! Amber. Sorry, I was looking for something. I couldn't find it. No. I soldered it. Alright, let's go. Why is it playing more of this music? It's not Christmas. Come on. Why are you weird, program? There we go. Like my Alright, time to move the station back. That thing hit 300 degrees. Way quicker than I thought it would. It's like, holy shit. There we go. Okay. Soldering. Alright. Soldering that. Thankfully, I didn't have any drip solder. Ah! I'd say that was a success. Power of our glad that. Here we go. So, let's see what we got here. We've got our tank commander. Might be slightly cockamamie, but... And we're upside down again. God damn it. I swear, half the time I'm rotating this shit. Come on, come on, let's get this going. Transform. Rotate 180. So, here is how our commander turned out. You can see a little bit of the flux from the solder in there. He's a little bit higher off the pedestal than he would be otherwise with just, say, super glue. But I think that once this is primed up, it'll probably look just fine. Question is, can we fit his big ass through this? Bingo! Yep, he fits. He fits and he sits. There's our commander, popping up like he's happy to see you. Excellent. I am so happy how that turned out. Alright. We can set him aside. He's gonna wait for his moment to shine. So, let's see. First, let's go ahead and nip these out. Alright, there's our top part of a tank off. Oh. Ow. Pinched the shit out of myself. Little psionic relate. Super glue! God, that's awful! God, I hate that shit. I feel like my sinuses were on fire. Is this even sticking? If that even sticks. I think I'm gonna throw away that shit when I'm done. That was fucking awful. I need something to drink. I think... I think I need to take a break after that, because I am not feeling very good. Those fumes, no. Not gonna, I don't think it'll hurt me long term, but... Oh, awful. So I think we're gonna go ahead and have to call it for now on that. Let's go ahead and find someone to raid, okay guys? Let's see. Let's see who's on. Who is doing what? I see someone I haven't raided in a while. Let's see. Oh, I know an odd one to go to. And they're just starting. I haven't visited Ahmed's in a while, so let's go ahead and raid that job. So, that said, thanks everyone for coming. It was great having y'all here, and I have greatly enjoyed your company through the games and the crafting. So, we're going to go ahead and be raiding the Boofer. Not a problem at all, Kiva. And goodbye to you as well. And may your day be a good one. Alright. So, if you want to check out when we go live, check out Twitter or the Discord. So, I'll be seeing you next time. Doodles for now.
Morgans, dude, thank you so much for that raid. How was your stream? Yo, how was Warhammer? Oh my gosh. Yo, please don't say that word. Thanks. Don't repeat it. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Hello, hello. Welcome on in. We're just starting up the stream. Hope y'all are doing great. Morgans, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, raiders. For those who are coming in here for the first time, hey, how's it going? My name is Ahmed, also known as the Big Boof. I'm a variety streamer. I play retro games, modern games, and indie games alike. And, we're setting up to play some Oddworld New and Tasty, which is the remaster or remake, yeah, it's a remake, of Oddworld Abe's Odyssey as an incentive that I've yet to meet since, like, October. What word, furry? No, it's the one with the R and the E's. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. But welcome on in regardless. Hope y'all enjoy your stay here. Hello, hello. Was building a tank? Ooh, good shit.